Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I am your host, Saheem the Dream. We've having some technical difficulties. Where you going, Kayla? Mr. LaDuca.
Yes.
How you doing, sir?
I liked Raw.
Yeah, I miss Raw. But I got to watch some clips of Raw. I didn't get to catch all of Raw, but I got to watch some clips.
It was okay. It was so.
It was so. Any
Yeah.
big moments in Raw?
Seth Rollins took a kid, Cody Rhodes' his belt and slapped him in the back as hard as he could.
Oh, you gave him a spanking.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just said, "I'll see you in hell."
That'll do.
Aaron, now I can hear y'all.
Okay, good. Yeah. I was having some technical difficulties with this thing.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, all right, let me pop out, let me pop back in. But I do want to thank you for allowing me to take this little bit of time to send thoughts and prayers to the families in Texas, because that 18 people.
So what happened? I was at
I
work.
guess
I work a 10-hour shift, so
I was at work too until I got home. And
Yeah.
so at one point I read the article and it was 14 people, so it was 14 people and including a teacher. So all total 14. Then all of a sudden the number went up and now it's 18 people. I guess an 18-year-old. And this is the same one that I guess from what I read killed his grandma. And then went to this school and just shot up the whole school.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that shit happened down here where I'm at.
Yeah, 18. All total right now, 18 people are dead.
That happened when you was in Fort Worth.
Turn it down a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, out here in Texas. I don't know what part of Texas.
It was in something. It ends in Dale. It's like just 83 miles south or 83 miles away from San Antonio.
Yeah, so that's far from me. That's like 8-9 hours from me.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like 8-9 hours from me.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. This needs to stop. Some madness.
It does, because this is already just within the month of May. This is now the third shooting in the month of May.
Wow.
So I guess the ages of the kids ranged from 7 to 11.
What?
It was an elementary school that this dude went and like shot up. Like, yeah. They're literally like elementary school kids. So we're talking first graders up to depending on the elementary school, fifth or first grade up to fifth, maybe sixth, if you're lucky.
Was it a grown man or was it a teenager?
It was an 18-year-old.
Teenager.
And apparently he, I guess somebody found his social media or whatever, and he was posting like all the guns and stuff that he had. Like, he walked in, from the report I heard, he walked in with a handgun, but also showed up with a rifle. But he walked into the school with a handgun.
Wow. I didn't. Wow. I'm gonna look into the article when
I
we get off the
will.
Wow.
Yeah, I will send it to you, or I'll post it in the group. But I just wanted to, take a moment to, send condolences out to those families, because it's bad. It hurts more when you have to bury your own kid.
Oh yeah, it hurts a lot. It's trauma. It's beyond traumatizing. It literally changes. They make movies about it. They make movies. They write books about it. Like me and my wife, we lost. We lost. But
Yeah.
that's another time, another story. But
Mm-hmm.
long story short, but it's just that it's some people they can handle it, some people
Yeah.
they can live, but for some people, it's like it's like literally losing a part of yourself. It's not like losing an arm or losing
Mm-hmm.
a leg. It's like
Mm-hmm.
really losing, a
Something
part.
you
So
created.
yeah,
Something
and
you created.
it's life changing. I remember I seen this
Definitely.
movie on Netflix, and I forgot, it was like a new movie. It came out like not too long ago. But long story short, there was this girl who played this character. She played this role inside the movie, and her
Mm-hmm.
mother, her and her mother, were currently living and dealing with the trauma of
Yeah.
of the mother losing the little brother. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sorry, the daughter, the sister losing her little brother, but the mother, she got strung out on drugs because she couldn't cope with the
Yeah.
idea of life without her son,
Yeah.
and he had drowned. And when I watched it, like when you never gone through something like that or really going through
Mm-hmm.
death, you kind of look at it
Yeah.
like, um, you kind of look at it not in a careless way or not in a
Mm-hmm.
negligent way and say, oh, there's life after this. But you just kind of look at the situation outside looking in like, well, there's life after this. Like, this other,
Yeah.
this life. But then when you go through it, you kind of understand a little bit more like how it could
Yeah.
really, take a person's
For
mind. Like it could
yeah,
really,
for me with these school shootings, like, going back to, the few big ones that resonate with me is Columbine, Sandy Hook. There was also one in my state, but kind of far out from where I live. But there was one in Marysville, Washington, not more than a few years ago. Like all these school shootings, just shootings in general, it needs to stop. There needs to be at this point. There needs to be gun control.
yeah,
There has to be, and I think that if a teenager or a minor gets a hold of a parent's weapon or something, I'm sorry, but the parent should also go down for it as well because you're not properly securing those guns.
yeah. No, nah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. But definitely send my condolences, and we definitely send our condolences from Wrestling Talks and Thoughts for the families who lost loved ones. And this is a serious topic,
Yeah,
but we can't, well, Jay definitely got a platform,
yeah,
the Chop Shop. They
yeah,
definitely talk about everything, and
yeah.
Jay's platform. But I think you should definitely hit Jay
Like
up
the
and
guy that Suplex City.
I'll hit Jay up.
yeah,
I'll hit him up off to the side and see if it's not possible if I can't swing
yeah.
by on it.
I really love talking about topics like this.
Yeah,
And I was definitely going to do like a different podcast where I talk a little bit more about, things relative to now and current
I
events and
yo
relationship and stuff like that. But
yo Sai,
this is
no lie. I literally about an aunt will tell you this. I said I wanted to do a podcast similar to what you were just talking about.
yeah,
I think we
go
should
for
do
it.
it together. I think we should do it together. Two
Okay.
great minds.
Okay. I mean,
Two
whenever
great
you're ready.
minds. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
listen.
whenever you. What big bad booty daddy?
Before
What do
we
you
go
want?
any further, right? Before we
You
go
said
any further, before we go any further,
uh,
it's been a while. Can I get my introduction, please?
I
the
just
big
gave it to
bad
you.
booty daddy.
Wait, hold on, Sai. Pause. And don't even play that because you know I gave you your introduction yesterday in my Twitter Spaces. Don't
Yeah.
don't start. Don't start. Don't start.
Adam Cole, baby.
It's
You
not
know?
Kayla. It's not the same. It's not the
I
same.
know.
It's not the same. Because it's the big bad booty daddy.
Yo, I'm just gonna tell Aunt like this, bro. Be lucky you weren't in my Twitter space last Monday. Cause your ears would have been gone.
But yes, let's talk Raw. You know what? Before we even talk Raw, let's talk about SmackDown. So it happened, like
No,
the title
he cheated.
unification happened. We know they cheated. It was gonna happen. They were gonna cheat. Like like
I
that
I
was
I mean, was it really a surprise when WWE UK's Facebook page accidentally leaked it? I mean,
What do you
every
mean? What
oh,
they leaked the results?
No, they leaked a photo of the Usos with both belts.
You mean before the actual event?
Before.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
They
Well,
leaked it. They leaked it a day before Friday Night SmackDown.
so it was taped. I don't know if Friday Night
No, it
SmackDown.
was no Friday Night SmackDown wasn't taped. No, just the UK, the WWE UK's Twitter page and their Facebook page had posted a photo of the Usos with both of the belts like a day before.
Oh, so so the results were already made. It was predetermined that they were going to win the belts, and they had took
Pretty
pictures
much.
prior to.
Yeah, well, it really wasn't a picture. It was more like Adobe Photoshop. Like, here, we're gonna put the other two belts in
Oh,
in
I mean,
this
come
photo.
on. I mean,
But
so it wasn't really an actual photo.
well, no, it wasn't an actual photo, but it was more so kind of like a spoiler alert.
Yeah. Andrew likes my cat. He likes my cat, Nelly. Say hi to the camera, Nelly. Nelly. Say hi to the camera.
He's like,
Okay.
screw you, Dad.
But yeah, so let's talk SmackDown. I mean, so listen, not even SmackDown. I just want to talk about this unification. Were you guys surprised? I kind of wasn't surprised. I had a feeling that it was going to happen. I had a feeling that the Usos was going to win the belts. I didn't think they were going to win it on SmackDown. I thought it was going to be like a Hell in a Cell, and they was going to hold off on it. But they actually did it.
Here, you want to know what my reaction was?
What was that?
This.
So you were like sorely disappointed.
I was just like, I don't care. I was like, I mean, I saw it coming because of the fact, like, we've talked about it before. Their rosters on both shows is smaller than a piece of paper. Okay, they don't have that many teams to begin with. It's literally like almost like a sticky note size. We'll put it like that. But it's like it doesn't surprise me to a degree that the Usos have the titles. It really doesn't. I mean, I mean, yes, in one aspect they had some help from Roman, but whatever. I mean, ref didn't see it, fair game, whatever. I mean, I just think it's bad that they took Randy out and then Riddle last night basically like I'm not even playing. They're pushing Riddle right now. Like if Cody
I'm gonna tell you what. At the end of SmackDown, when they were beating up, and I wish I probably should have went live Sunday, but I was busy because I'm working on a project for the for our YouTube page or whatever. But this is the thing. When I seen what happened at the end of SmackDown, I knew that Riddle was going to be. I was like, he's a star now.
Oh yeah,
he's a star. When that happened, because remember, in the Attitude Era, whenever you got really beat up like that, you know, it was either two things that was going to happen. Either you were going to get buried, or you're going to get a major push.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm okay with Riddle getting a push. I mean, because there has been several reports that have actually come out that either one or two people from either member of RK Bro was going to get a push. It was either going to be Riddle or it was going to be Randy. It was going to be either one of those two. I just think more so Randy kind of maybe in a roundabout way told the pardon my French, but the shitty production creative team, like, look, I don't want this right now.
Right.
So go ahead and give it to Riddle. Because a lot of people don't know what caliber Riddle could do if they never. I mean, if you're dumb and you lived under a rock and you never watched when he was on NXT, not too many people know who Riddle is. It's just like to see, and this is what I like is to see the younger generation kind of getting the pushes that they deserve.
Yeah,
because they're putting in the work. I mean, yes, the veterans paved the way, but they're the ones putting in the work. So it's like for someone like Riddle, it's time. It's time.
No, it is. I think and that's the thing.
I just want Hold on, Andrew. I just want WWE to drop this shirt where I saw somebody made it and it was funny where it basically said "F the kids."
F the kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now Roman is a new meme with the whole
because
the
the kids crying at the event.
Yes. I laughed.
Dang, my thing is just acting up today. Oh my god. Trav says prayers up to the families that lost their family members today. Trav sends prayers. Thank you, Trav. Appreciate you. When you coming back on the show, man?
Yeah, so I can argue with you.
Word, man.
I don't got nobody to argue with no more.
Word, Trav. You can't be dodging the smoke, man.
You dodging the smoke. But yo,
I want the smoke.
Yo, we was just talking about the whole Riddle situation, right?
Yes.
Randy's injured.
Yo, did you see the your side? Did you see the picture I posted in the group chat with the bloodline?
Nah, hold on a second. I want to look at that right now.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Nah.
You pull it up right
I don't
now.
got it.
Randy's injured.
When I said when they had the whole bloodline with all the gold sign and said "F them kids."
That's the shirt I was just talking about.
All right, let me see if I can pull it up. My computer's moving crazy.
I think I posted it in the group chat. I don't know. I know I posted it on Twitter, and Hollywood was like, "Yo, this is a great T-shirt."
And then I re-quoted it, and I said I could see WWE doing this, just taking the rest of the F word out and just saying "F the kids." I could see it.
F them kids.
I gotta look this up.
I probably gotta share it again. I don't know if I did it. I probably gotta put it in the group chat.
I think that's like was that like the second time kids were crying at an event like that? I think the first time was with Sasha Banks, right?
Oh, I wish. I'll have to see if I can't grab it again. But I saw a TikTok video that was hilarious. Of like,
wasn't the first one with the Miz though?
Nah, I think nah. The first one, the first one was with Sasha Banks.
I thought it was when the Miz won the title.
The kid or the girl, she was mad.
Oh yeah, no.
She was pissed off.
If I'll have to share it in the group chat, but I found a TikTok video that was hilarious. That was at one of the house. It was at one of the house shows, and this like little kid basically mugged Roman Reigns. Roman walked by. He just kind of looked around because the dad started laughing. He kind of looks around and goes, "Okay, is this kid good now?" And then like gets it. He goes back into the ring. He gets to the bottom rope, looks directly at the kid, mugs him right back, and just goes. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This is hilarious."
I'm looking for this picture right now.
Let me see if I can get it. Hold on. Go grab my tablet.
Which picture?
The picture you talking about?
I thought I posted it in the group chat. I probably didn't. If it's not there from yesterday, because I think I posted it on Twitter yesterday, Hollywood.
I believe so. Let me look. Let me go grab my tablet. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the fire T-shirt though. They had the new belts and all that, and they got the Usos with mad money in their hand.
Oh, okay, I got it. Here we go.
You see it? Oh, there we go.
I got it. Oh man, I'm about to show it right now.
Breaking news. I will be live next Tuesday.
That was hilarious. That's hilarious.
Who's that? Oh, that's Trav. Yeah, Trav. Active.
Oh, this is fun.
Yo, I want to get that shirt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, this is Buddy right here. Capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh, shoot. Them kids.
I found out the reason that they gave Riddle the push-up.
Like, I literally said on my Twitter, I said, watch it become a shirt just censoring the F word. Probably say F them kids.
Trav says, breaking news, I will be live next Tuesday. I want all the smoke. So you coming on live next Tuesday, Trav?
Oh, boy.
He's at third time.
He gonna get all the smoke.
Nah, ain't no smoke because Brock Lesnar ain't here no more, so I don't got no smoke.
Ooh.
You know, I can't argue with him because it was all over. All our arguments was over Brock, and Brock is gone. So me and Travis gonna be good until Brock come back.
This is hilarious.
You see the Usos though, right, Jay?
Yes. I see. Yeah. Buddy in the head. This is funny, yo.
Yo, what is Sammy? Look, what is Sami Zayn's deal with trying to be a part of the bloodline?
I love it.
Man.
I love
I
it.
think, yo, I ain't
You know
gonna
what
lie.
it
I love
reminds me
it.
of? It reminds me of when Disco Inferno was trying to be in the Wolfpack.
Oh yeah, and what were they doing to him? Like they were like trolling him. Like he kept trying to be in, and they would just put him with the odd task. I think it was to like be in the Wolfpack, but he would never join. They have him do a whole
Never
bunch of
joined.
stuff, but he was
Never
never an
joined.
official member of the Wolfpack. It's like get this guy out of here, man. Just
Right.
you know,
And
I
then
can't
they
even lie
finally
though.
let him in, though, son.
You said what?
They finally let him in, like towards the end of WCW.
Oh, they did.
Yeah,
because
Disco Inferno was a part of them.
yeah, they let him in when it didn't count.
Facts.
Like, yeah, they was like, we're done. So, like, yeah, you can join. Sure. Like, when all the heat has died down and nobody really cares about the group at that point, like, they're like, yeah, sure, you can join. Like, he
Right.
never did nothing. He just claims that he was a part of it, but never really did anything.
Hey, I mean,
So,
we
I got
almost
a question. My question is, does this unification and this lengthy reign of Roman being with the Usos
Mm-hmm.
Elevate him above the Shield, above his time with the Shield?
Yeah.
no.
Because hold on a second. Let me just make the statement. Let me just state the facts. Let me just state the facts, and then y'all can go in however y'all want to go in. But this is what I'm thinking, right? When you look at the Shield have accomplished being a dominant group, just like, beating people up and, beating them up. But again, most dominance is usually mostly characterized by the championships you win, the amount of championships you win, and the length of time, right? Dean Ambrose was he was a lengthy running, Universal champion. I mean, United States champion, but he didn't really defend it that much. He had it for almost a year. Then you have the whatchamacallit, the Shield, who had the tag titles, but that's the only championships they had as the Shield. But as the Bloodline, Roman has held on to the Universal title close. He's almost going on 2 years, right? He has the now he now has the World Heavyweight Championship. The Usos have the longest reigning SmackDown championship, tag team championship right now in history, right? Now they have both Raw tag titles. This is something the Shield has never done, never accomplished, and they've accomplished that as the Bloodline, a 3-man group. So,
actually, Chris Jericho and Big Show did it.
Right,
So,
Jericho Show. They did unite. They did.
Yeah, that wasn't
titles.
like how the Usos did it, though.
But I'm saying but that's true. It had happened, but they didn't have a long was a tag title reign. They didn't have a long tag.
It
title
lasted
reign.
like 3 months when they unified it. Then they lost to DX.
Right. It was right. It wasn't right. It wasn't a long period. But the Usos have been SmackDown champions since last year.
They're the longest reigning SmackDown champions in history. They beat the New Day.
Well,
I think it might even be going on a year.
They beat the New Day. What was the New Day? Was it the New Day the longest reigning? The Usos are now.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same token, the Usos have been dipping and dodging people. So I mean,
look, when Roman had the title for what, almost 700 days now.
So 800. He's pushing almost 900.
Yeah, he's pushing almost a year. I mean, 2 years, almost 2 years.
All right, so the Usos has been champion like a year and a half. Because you got to think about it. Which one was the one with the DWI? Which one is the DWI Uso?
That's Jimmy.
He was hurt also too, right? Before the DWI, right?
Right.
He was the one that was hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He was the one that was hurt. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one married to Naomi.
So you're telling me it's been 2 years almost exactly to the day where him and Jey Uso had that Hell in a Cell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, almost 2 years, yeah.
So wait, how are they the longest reigning SmackDown champions? I swear the New Day was SmackDown champions for like
a year.
Forever.
They were over SmackDown. I believe the New Day was SmackDown champions for a little bit over a year. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm pulling it up right now.
But as you look it up, as you were saying, though, I feel like the run where he's having with Jimmy and Jay is way better than he had with the Shield, even though the Shield was more dominant at taking people out and shit like that. But
Yeah.
if you want to go with achievements, I feel like even though the Shield did their thing, they had Dean Ambrose had the U.S. title hostage for months, and they had the
Yeah.
tag team titles. But outside of that, they didn't have they didn't take all the gold. The Bloodline has all the gold. They're just missing
Yeah.
one belt. They're just missing the IC title.
Nah,
Right.
they're
And it's,
missing. Well, yeah, they're missing
In the
that
United
one,
States.
and the United States. I
yeah, but
mean,
that's United States titles on Raw, right?
that don't matter. Bring all they got to do
Yeah.
is bring up freaking the other cousin, and they good.
Okay.
I'm not
So
ready for him
That's
to
all
come
they
up
got to
yet.
do.
I'm not ready for him to come up
No.
yet. He's still got to do a little more work.
all right. So here we go.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it right here. So the New Day has held on to the Raw Tag Team titles for 483 days. So it's
Raw?
past a year. And the Usos held on to the SmackDown. They've been holding on to the SmackDown championships for 308 days. So all they need is all the Usos need is 2 more months. They
Yeah,
need 2 months, and they'll
I don't know.
they've broken they set a record for
Yo,
the
Mac.
longest.
Jay said he here too, sir.
All right, I sent you the link. Hold on a second. My bad. Hold on a second. Let me remove this.
But yeah,
I got
but back
you.
to what you were saying though, yeah,
Big
I
bad
don't
booty
see
daddy.
the Shield was more dominant, but the Bloodline is better when it comes to achievements. But you never know though. If the Shield probably would have stayed together, they probably would have been what the Bloodline is now.
Look, this is my opinion
But
on
would it
both.
work the same way though with the Shield as it is with the Bloodline?
No,
Right.
but
Okay. So here's my question. Right. So now we talking about groups, right? Because there's only 3 groups I could put in this equation when I talk about when I think about the most dominant groups, I only think about 3 groups. That's
Who?
New Day,
Mm-hmm.
the Bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
and Evolution.
Would you consider New Day be dominant though? They wasn't really taking people out.
How you feel about NWO?
Yeah.
We talking about WWE, not WCW.
NWO was a game. That was a game. NWO was a game.
I mean, if you
wait, hold on. How you gonna forget about the Hardys, Edge and Christian, the Dudley
They wasn't
boys?
dominant though. They wasn't taking people out.
We're talking about an actual group, like when they were together as a group.
Okay, so
how many championships did they actually hold as a group? The New Day,
2 to 4 people.
Right, exactly. Kofi had world championship gold as being part of New Day.
As far as accomplishments, or just like thugging and just taking over the what you call it?
No, we're just talking about their level of accomplishments as a group and championships as a group.
Let me
question.
Because you're talking about accomplishments. I'm about to say when you had what was it, the darkness with the APA, they were dominant.
Almost all the gold on the damn roster. Even Midian had gold. Midian was with European titles.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And also to Kayla's point of them not having the United States and the Intercontinental title, being that they unified the tag titles, they have to go to Raw and SmackDown. So it's believable that Jimmy can get the US and Jay can get the IC or vice versa.
True. That is true. I didn't think of that, but
did Roman get the 24/7 title from Dana Brooke, and then
Paul Heyman be the 24/7 champ.
Oh God, Paul Heyman.
I mean, the only thing that would make it icing on the cake is, since Sasha and Naomi are up in limbo right now, the only thing that would make it semi better is if Tamina, a part of that family, won the tag title with somebody.
Okay, I got something to say. Speaking of that, Kayla. I don't like how petty Vince McMahon is being right now. Because we all know that they walked off, right?
Right.
But to have Michael Cole say they're unprofessional and give his whole little speech, you know what I'm saying, on SmackDown, and then for Corey Graves. Now it's a week later, and Alexa's fighting against Nikki ASH, and Corey Graves brings it back up, like she's supposed to be in a tag match. I mean, in a 6-pack challenge, but then Naomi and Sasha walks up. Like, why are we still leave them alone? Stop
But
being
I'm
bad.
glad. Hold on, Jay. I'm glad you brought this up because I don't know if Ant saw it on Twitter, but I did. Apparently, USA is no longer in affiliation with Ringside News
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay.
because of an article or something or whatever that Ringside News did on the situation. Somebody screenshotted it, sent it to Ringside News, or not Ringside News, USA's whatever page, and not their actual page, but another one, like their whatever. And they literally said that they are no longer affiliated with Ringside News. Like they just cut ties with Ringside News.
Well, what was the reason though? Because somebody screenshot a
Hold on.
message.
Let
I
me
know that
see.
since Sasha walked out, she's been doing a lot of hanging out with Snoop Dogg.
Let
All right,
me
so
see if I
this is-
can't
all right,
find it.
So check this out, right? This is what I have to say about this, Jay. And this is what I have to say about this, right? What Vince said about Sasha and Naomi, he wasn't wrong.
But
He wasn't. What they did was unprofessional. Like that's the thing. It's like you like at a job. Like when you take a job and you commit to a job and you commit to doing a job, you have to stick to the obligation. Now, understand if they would have walked out after Monday Night Raw, I feel like Vince would have been a lot more understanding or would have been like, you know what, we can talk about this because they didn't leave on the job. But when you leave on the job, it's unprofessional. It was unprofessional. They shouldn't. They should.
Stone did the same thing though.
Who?
right, exactly.
Tony
Stone Cold
Storm.
did the same thing, and they didn't drag Stone Cold through the mud
Yeah.
like that.
Stone Cold
And
did
again,
it.
if it's unprofessional,
No.
cool. It
Right.
is unprofessional, but why constantly bring it up? You know what I'm saying? On
Because-
them
right.
Raw,
Be-
SmackDown,
because-
and then the following Raw.
Because the thing about it is that okay, so you mentioned like Tony Storm, she did it, but they didn't. Tony Storm wasn't a commodity. They didn't invest that much into Tony Storm. They did invest.
They
in
were
Tony
building
Storm,
her
they were
though.
trying to. They were building her, but
Yeah.
she wasn't as a big investment as Sasha Banks and Naomi, where they were world champions and they had these big matches. And Sasha main event at WrestleMania about like a year ago. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was another big investment where he carried the company. They put the belt on him. They gave him all these big spots. So they buried Stone Cold too. They was like, you know what? The Rock went on live. I think the next night or the same night was like, yo, if you don't want to wrestle for the WWE, you can, do like the new logo is and get the F out. You can take your ball, go home and get the F out. He said it. Like, so I mean, they did say what they did, throw shots at Stone Cold, but it was still unprofessional.
But
I just
And I'm sorry, and Stone Cold even said he regret doing it.
right, it's true, exactly. But Sai, let's not forget, somebody on this panel has walked out on the job before.
Who?
Sai, it's a story that you walked out on the job a couple years ago.
yeah.
Wait, hold up. Trav just hit me in the whatchamacallit in the group and said that's BS.
Well,
Yo,
I
Trav,
also
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yo, Trav, if you was on the show, you could say what you wanted to say.
But
That's all I
Sai,
got to
remember,
say.
you walked off on the job before.
I did. How did you know that? You wasn't even there. How did you even know this?
We had the conversation in the group before, and you stormed off. But then they said the storm off was fire, but you came back. What kind of messed it up?
I did. That is true. That is true. That is true. That is true. Hold on. I got you, Andrew. Hold on
Yeah.
one moment. But again, when I was a child, I was a child. I act like a child, and I did things as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So I can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to leave a job, I'll go to the job and be like, listen, here's my 2 weeks or here's my resignation. But at least I'm giving a notice before I leave. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be like, yo, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but regardless of the fact, it doesn't mean that what I did wasn't unprofessional. It was unprofessional. It was completely unprofessional. I knew what I was doing was unprofessional. I knew that me doing what I was doing was ratchet as hell. I did it, but and I did it towards the scene because I was pissed, I was mad, and I felt like they wasn't owed the. I felt like that person wasn't owed the respect when I did it. But as an adult, I realized that what, I shouldn't have did that. That was tasteless, and that was poor character judgment. Was it a great story? Hell yeah, it was a great story. Was it a funny story? It was a funny story. Should I have done it? No, I shouldn't have done it.
It was a hilarious story. I'm sorry.
It was, but nonetheless, that's the truth. I'm just saying.
No, but I found out why. So it's USA Sports Today that is no longer affiliating with Ringside News because Ringside News made a transphobic comment about Tony Khan wanting to put the women's title on Nyla Rose.
Okay.
It's in the group chat. I posted it in there.
I see the article. All right. So I'm going to send this link to Trav because Trav is going to be jumping on. If my computer would move a lot faster.
I sent it to him.
You sent it to him? All right, cool. Thanks. Because my computer just acting.
But yeah, I feel what you're saying because I don't know, because I kind of did the same thing when I used to work at jobs. I used to be like, yo, I'm out. That's it.
But at the same time, we got to look at it like this. Like, I mean, I don't think it was more so anything towards Vince. I believe it was like they had a conversation with Vince. You know what I'm saying? As we know, Vince agreed that it didn't make sense. And when he went to change the ending of Johnny Ace and Bruce Pritchard is the one who started calling them names and stuff like that. So how would you feel if you talk to your boss and your boss is like, yeah, that makes sense, but then his wing is calling you names and making you feel like calling you unprofessional and crybaby and stuff like that. Like, I feel the type of way too. And again, if you think about it, it did not make sense. Not only for them not to be in that match, but it didn't make sense for that ending because that made no sense because now you're essentially planting a seed for them to break up.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Trav.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yes. What do you have to say about this? Please.
I wasn't going to jump on, but I was listening to it. And I think it's BS because here's the thing. We all know, and we've been talking about for years, how bad WWE writing has been.
Exactly.
Right. And
eventually, at some point in your career, you got to take a stand. You see how bad they did Naomi for so long. They had Naomi sitting on the sideline for so long, absolutely doing nothing. Then they brought her back and put her in some BS matches. Then you got Sasha Banks, who's never won a big match at WrestleMania, which is one of your top wrestlers, one of your top women wrestlers of all time, but she can't seem to beat Charlotte Flair at a WrestleMania event. I think, in my opinion, yes, it was unprofessional, but at the same time, it was warranted. Somebody had to be. Somebody had to be. How should I say it? Somebody had to be. Somebody had to be Colin Kaepernick. Somebody had to be Muhammad Ali in the WWE and do this. Unfortunately, it was not a man. It was two women that took place and did it. But somebody had to do it. And I think that is the first set of people that are going to walk out on WWE. But I think there's more to come because how are you going to continue to push old talent and not some of the newer talent you got? Yeah. Only reason why Riddle was getting this big push because he stood behind Randy Orton for months. But if he hadn't stood behind Randy Orton, was willing to take this tag team title match, he would have still been chasing the 24/7 title. So yeah, it was.
I think they would have fired him, Trav. If it wasn't for Randy Orton, I think he would have been on that release list.
But
I agree. I can agree.
I agree.
But
I'm not saying he
was
was bad
warranted.
talent, but it just
It had to be done. It was no way they were going to continue to do that. And I feel bad for them because that's their livelihood, that's their job. But I'm proud of both of them for taking a stand and saying, "Hey, I can't do this no more. I can't continue to be one of the top female wrestlers at that, being black at the same time, and I'm still getting these minority pushes like I'm nobody, and I got to stand behind Ronda Rousey and I got to stand behind Bianca Belair. Now, I will say this: whoever was supposed to face Bianca, I think they was more than willing to stand behind Bianca. I think it was just the fact of how they had to stand behind her. I don't think
Yeah, and
nobody has a problem standing
and I
behind
ain't,
Bianca. It's just
I respect what they did because I ain't like the way how Oscar's been gone for months, and then you bring her right back and throw her right back in the champion. I mean, Oscar's a good talent, but
right. And see the thing, it's deeper than all of that than what we're just seeing on the surface because
yeah,
from what it was the year prior, Sasha main evented WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Had a fire match. So her and Naomi were guaranteed, were promised one singles WrestleMania matches. You know what I'm saying? Prior going into Mania. Then they switched it last minute, like, hey, listen, I know you guys supposed to have singles WrestleMania matches, but here's an idea. Why don't you girls be a tag team? Why don't you ladies become a tag team and you're gonna win the tag titles? They didn't want to do it, but they was like, all right, you know what, fine. You know what I'm saying? We'll do that for you. And then it's like they had the belts. They defended them twice, and now you know what I'm saying. So now you want to bring more spotlight to the singles, the SmackDown and Raw the Raw Women's titles. Okay, cool. But now you're telling us as a tag team champs that we didn't really want. You told us you want us to be tag champs, but we're not going to defend it again until Money in the Bank.
And that's the thing. Like I feel bad. I feel bad for there's 3 people I feel bad for right now that have legitimately not defended their titles on a Premier Live pay-per-view. That's Sasha and Naomi and Ricochet. Though if you look at it, those 3 have not defended their title on a Premium Live pay-per-view event since they won them. Ricochet literally has sat out the last 2 Premium Live events and not had a match on the card. And then if you look at and hold on, and then if you look at it, kind of in a way, I don't remember when did Sasha and Naomi win them at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so then they sat out freaking WrestleMania Backlash, and they were probably going to sit out of Hell in a Cell. That's literally Premium Live pay-per-view events that you're sitting your champions out, and the fact that it's like they're doing them dirty, but then you have people like Drew McIntyre showing up week in and week out, and yes, he's been gone for like. If my sis Lene watches this, I'm gonna say it because I've said it to her before in the podcast or in the Twitter Spaces. Look, Drew McIntyre being gone for 2 weeks ain't nothing. Come talk to me when he's been gone for a month. I don't want to hear it.
But Kayla, you can even throw Finn Balor in that mix because he won the U.S. title on Raw. He wasn't featured at WrestleMania. You had Austin Theory, who had a WrestleMania match. You know what I'm saying? Then Finn Balor won the belt on Raw, didn't defend it at WrestleMania. He lost it on Raw, and shoot, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even consider that Cody Rhodes title match against Austin Theory a title match. So Austin Theory hasn't defended the title since he had it.
No, and that's the thing. You had
Hold
somebody like Logan Paul on WrestleMania.
DJ Faye says, I'm supporting my sister Kayla. And she, DJ Faye also says WWE is treating black wrestlers like third-class people. But let me say this real quick, though. Let me say this real quick. Trav, to add to your point, the Naomi and Sasha Banks wasn't the first to walk out on WWE. It was actually CM Punk. CM Punk was actually one of the first people to walk out on WWE.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
they were actually third and fourth.
CM Punk actually finished his match with John Cena. He won it. He took the title, went home, had beers and probably drunk and probably slept with AJ, whatever. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is they walked out in the middle of a process of like you said, they was at work and they walked out. Yeah, they deserve to be suspended. I'm not arguing the suspension, but I think WWE needs to take a second and look at the bigger picture. Did they walk out because they wanted to, or did they walk out because they felt like they were being used as third wheel or as nobodies? And I think they walked out because nobodies.
Hold on, Trav. So I don't know if anybody else saw the article, but there was a friend of Naomi's that before, and Dave Metzler actually was the one that got the story from Naomi's friend before PW Insider and Fightful got it. They literally, like, Sasha and Naomi actually left at 5 p.m. before the show even started. And then for Vince and production to sit there and keep promoting the 6-pack challenge, and they weren't even in the building. Like, they left at 5 p.m.
Kayla, I read that, but the break came from John Laurinaitis, because if you read the whole article, they walked into John Laurinaitis' office after they found out what was going down.
Right.
So the only person that could have promoted them after the 5 o'clock p.m. I did read that they walked in there. They walked out around about 5, where they had to warm up and do their little pre-warm with the wrestlers that was there. They went into John Laurinaitis' office before they walked out and had a conversation with him. And then when he was like, "Nah, y'all gonna do this and this is what we doing," they set the titles down and walked out. Like I said, it was more so like a Colin Kaepernick move. I hope they keep their jobs. I hope they be able to move forward from this. But I don't see it turning good, because as Jay said earlier, Vince McMahon right now is being very petty about the situation, and it doesn't look good for neither one of them.
No.
It looks like what they're talking about doing. Another article I read is they're talking about freezing their contracts.
Right.
So if that happens,
because the
if
thing
that
is,
happens, Naomi only got 2 more months left on her contract, and I think Sasha just resigned recently. That means that Naomi, eventually, if they can leave them suspended for a whole year, but after that year, Naomi would have to come back and finish that 2 months of her contract before she can start her 90-day clause of going to another wrestling company or whatever.
And the sad reality about it is, like I said, Sasha has done this numerous times. And at some point, Vince is going to say, okay, enough is enough. 1. And 2, if they do come back, I mean, especially Naomi, they're going to be in the doghouse. I don't think Naomi is even going to sniff or be close to a title picture, ever again. You know what I'm saying? Unless circumstances, but other than that, like, they're going to, they're going to be punished heavily if they decide to come back. And it's sad, but that's just.
But
let me say this real quick. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna say this though. Like, I understand that Naomi and Sasha Banks, I totally agree with their point of view. Their point of view is very valid. The fact that they're tag team champions and that they should be getting a better push. DJ Faye says WWE sent press release to all the major entertainment websites and made them look like they was insubordinate and they are hard to work with. And that's messed up. That's what that's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that you sit there, you have these. I understand. Let me just get to my point. The point is that you have these champions like Finn Balor, like Ricochet, like these guys who you put titles on. And I even take it a step further. Let's go back to AJ Styles. I think it was his first or second title reign. Whichever title reign he had, that was a year. And he was sitting there feuding with James Ellsworth and Dean Ambrose. Like, he had a feud with James Ellsworth for like 3 months. It was ridiculous. And I'm just like, how are we supposed to take him serious as a champion? Because in my opinion, I felt like AJ title reigns were not that great. I felt like I felt like Vince McMahon had a favoritism towards him. He put the belt on him. He liked him, but he never utilized him to his best capacity. But it's like you have these champions, and the only ones you really push, and like when we look at Roman Reigns, and that's why when I look at Roman Reigns' title reign, I'm like, Roman Reigns is good. He's great for what he is and for what we need right now. But in hindsight, in reality, it's just that Roman Reigns is still being used to bury talent. Even though he's going up against great talent, but he's still burying talent. And it's like Vince is only pushing what he wants to push. And he's not looking at the fact that you have these champions, you have to build them strong so that way you can have believable, captivating matches that people really want to see. And that's one of his biggest issues is that, and that's why I understand. I get their frustration. They were totally valid in what they believed in, but I felt like they should have did it after the whole entire event.
Can I ask y'all
Can I
something?
say
Let me
this?
ask y'all
Because
something.
I got to jump on, man. I got to get up early in the morning. So let me
Oh,
say this.
all right.
I disagree with you on doing it after the show because at that point you're basically telling Vince he won. He get it his way. They did it at the right moment. They did it
Yes.
before the show at 5 o'clock in the evening and said, "Hey
But,
Vince, either
but
you're
Vince,
going to change this or we're not
right.
going to do it."
But Vince
And I get,
deserved it. But real
but
quick,
no,
I don't
no,
mean
no.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but Vince deserved it, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna just make this quick point. The reason why Vince deserved to have it his way is because Vince is the one that made them superstars. Vince is the one that pays them
No, no,
money.
no, 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 no,
Vince
no,
gave
no,
them the
no, no, no,
opportunity.
no, 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 no,
You
no,
gotta
no,
pay it
no,
forward.
no. This is not Burger King. You don't get it your way every time. This is not Burger King. No, no. You cannot do that. You cannot keep suppressing major talent in order to keep your company above floating water. You have suppressed so much talent that is crazy. Look at all the releases we had over the last 2 years. No one can still tell me why Almost is still wrestling and man can barely move, but you release Braun Strowman that could literally had the most agile out of any big man you ever had in the WWE. Was the most versatile and you look at Almost, he can almost not move. Come on,
Hey,
man. No. No.
Trev, you also have to throw in the list of people that got released too. That was a shocker. Dexter
Right.
Loomis.
That's what I'm
Dexter
saying. Like
Loomis.
Oh
if
man.
Vince, let me say this: if Vince had not been doing this for over the years that I've been on this show, maybe about a year. As long as I've been on this show, we've seen Vince do some of the dumbest stuff available, and it's a continuation. And I feel like had Naomi and them did it after the show, Vince win. Vince, oh yeah, y'all already did that, so you may as well go on with the storyline. No,
Right.
you make them change. You make them change directions in the middle of nothing. As far as Corey Graves go, he's the worst commentator ever, and all he do is kiss his Carmella
Preach.
ASS. I don't like him at all. And as
Hey, you
far
like
as
Corey?
Michael
Preach.
Cole go, Michael Cole does the same thing with Vince. He put on that red lipstick and he does what Vince McMahon tell him to do. I don't want to talk about this.
Let me
So,
ask
but
y'all a
what I do
question.
want
Let
to
me
say
ask y'all
is
a
this right
question.
here. I want to go back
That's
to
funny.
what y'all was talking about earlier with the Shield situation. And I got to roll. So, with that being said, the Shield, the only reason why the Bloodline doesn't outdo the Shield is because you got to understand the Shield was an equality group. They were all equals. Nobody had a title as leader in the Shield. And what they did was they put the Nexus to shame. The Nexus, it took 8 people to take John Cena out. And ultimately, for all 8 of them to get taken out by John Cena. But the Shield
Superman
came in
fat.
with a three-piece, three
Yep.
legends,
And out of
and
the
they
Nexus, how many of
destroyed
them did actually think
and they
Bray Wyatt?
destroyed WWE. They destroyed everybody that WWE put in front of them. Even when they tried to reboot Evolution, they destroyed Evolution. They went through their ups and downs with the Wyatt family. At the time, the Wyatt family was great. I think that the Bloodline is the I think the Bloodline is one of the best groups that's been put together, but they're
Yep.
still missing like 2 or 3 more pieces. But at the end
Yes.
of the day, they got all the titles right now, which is fine because Riddle and Randy, they ran a course, and there's nobody really else to talk about in the tag team division right now. So that's the reason why. And of course, the push they're trying to get Riddle, which he truly deserves. But at the end of the day, the Shield is good. The Shield was good. The Bloodline is good, but honestly, if I had to pick a run that Roman Reigns did, it's going to be the Shield and not the Bloodline because the Bloodline, he is basically a Brock Lesnar 2.0. No disrespect,
Oh,
but
come on.
he's,
God,
he's
no,
basically
man,
he's
no.
basically a Brock 2.0, man. He's just
Why?
doing what
Because
he
he got
want
Paul
to do
Heyman in his corner?
and
Is
how
that
he
Yo,
why?
let me
want
ask
to
y'all.
do
Is
it.
that
Let
your
me.
reason?
I'm sorry. I'm
Trav,
sorry.
listen.
Hold on, Sai. I'm sorry. I have to agree with Trav on this one because Roman at this point is a Brock Lesnar 2.0.
He
Why?
deserves it.
Are y'all saying that? Are y'all saying that because? I'm sorry. Are y'all saying that because he has Paul Heyman in his corner? That's what makes him a Brock Lesnar
No. It's not
2.0?
about Paul
No.
Heyman. It's about look at how he's wrestling, right? Look at how
Please
he's
compare.
wrestling.
But he's still on TV more than Brock.
Right.
He's doing a lot
Exactly.
more wrestling than Brock. I give you that. But when he does a live event, you realize that he's really not doing anything. He's not doing nothing in a live event. The Usos is the one that's putting on the show on a live event. Now, when it comes to the pay-per-view, he's doing it. And the same thing what Brock used to do. Brock on the live event, Brock come out there, shoot his promo with Paul, maybe put an L5 or 2 out there, and then he leave. The only difference is Roman come out there, he'll put on his tights.
Having Roman Reigns go out there
He'll
and not
put on
wrestle
his
in a live
tights.
event because
He'll
remember,
put on his gold glove.
That's how Seth Rollins got injured. Seth
He'll
Rollins
put-
got injured
he'll-
at a live event. It wasn't even at a daggone regular pay-per-view. So
He'll
them
put on-
serving Roman Reigns for big
He-
matches like a Monday Night Raw, a SmackDown, or a pay-per-view,
But you got to,
I'm
but
okay
Jay,
with that. But a live
Side,
event,
side, isn't injuries a part of it though? You can't go play any sports
it
without
is a
getting
part of the
injured, right?
game. But if we're going to
injury-
compare Roman
An
Reigns
injury don't.
to Brock
injury-
Lesnar, Roman Reigns is on TV more, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Roman
Can I
Reigns
ask you a
actually
question?
gives you a full match. He don't give you a few suplexes in a F5. He give you an actual match.
See, this is why I kind of didn't want to get him. But can I ask you a question? I know I'm gonna go off grid for a second. Tariq Cohen, football player, right? Towards ACL a year or two ago, right?
Okay.
Just a week ago, he was just running drills trying to get back in shape to make the NFL. Just running drills, no football, nobody touching him. The man make one move and turn his Achilles. That
he the Andrew Bynum of football, huh?
An injury doesn't care when it happens; it just happens. What I'm saying is, Roman Reigns puts on his gold glove. He go out there, he throws a few Superman punches and a spear, win a match at a live event, and go back in the locker room and tell the Usos to go attack everybody out there. No, man, come on,
It's
man.
a live, bro. It's a
real.
live event. A live event is a live event. It's not an actual pay-per-view or a SmackDown or a Raw or like a real. It's just a nice little preliminary show they put together.
Let my boy Ed talk, man. Let my boy Ed talk, man.
Stars in a part-time.
Trav, before you leave, right? Before you leave, Trav, because you about to leave. Y'all can answer after Trav, right?
All right, go ahead.
This is going back. This is going back to the Riddle situation because I'm sure everybody here loves Riddle.
I love Riddle.
Yo, Ant, hold on. Time out. No, not over here. No.
Oh, all right. That's one. All right.
Okay, so
what do y'all see happening to Riddle after he gets buried by Roman? Because you know they're going to eventually have a one-on-one match. Do you see Riddle feuding with? Do you see him feuding with Randy, or you see him getting Finn Balor treatment?
I don't think they're gonna bury him. They're gonna push Riddle. Riddle's gonna have a match against Roman, and I think, and I said this before. I said I wanted to be the first to say it. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Riddle is the next Hulk Hogan. He's the next Austin. He's the next John Cena. Riddle is the next.
Listen, all right. Before anybody else goes on now.
Riddle's the next. Listen. I know it's Cody. I know Cody's going to be like the next up after Roman, and he's going to get his world title reign and all that. And that's going to be great. But the guy I'm going to tell you, it's two people I see in the future that's going to be really big. That's Austin Theory, and that's Matt Riddle. If they push them.
All right, now listen to this. Now, this is the second part of the question.
Hey, the screen ain't froze. That's my face froze.
Do y'all see Riddle winning Money in the Bank, or do y'all see Cody winning Money in the Bank?
That's a good question.
I see somebody else winning Money in the Bank, but I'm going to keep my opinion to myself.
Drew McIntyre.
You know what?
Count him out.
You know what, Ant? I think this is what I think. I think it's like this, right? I think Cody's gonna win Money in the Bank. Riddle could win a Royal Rumble.
Yo, bro,
right.
I'm still stuck on what you
This is the third part of the question, right?
I ain't answer one of them, and I'm gonna let you finish because I'm still stuck on what Sai said. Go ahead.
All right. Now, all that happens, right?
Right.
Now, let's say this is a big long shot, but there's a possibility he comes back. Now, let's say if the Dream comes back, do you throw him in that picture?
Velveteen?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would love to, but
he got to build himself back up, man. He got to build himself back up first. But let me go back.
If y'all remember, John Cena said that he thought Velveteen's Dream was going to be the next him.
Okay, but let me go back to what your first original question.
That is true.
I think Riddle will do great. I think Riddle won't get buried against Roman. I think that's a feud you should take on until probably. You can probably ride that out to SummerSlam. Him trying to get his revenge, trying to take him down.
We're talking about Vince here.
I get it. But what I do disagree with, he's not no Stone Cold. He's not no whoever signed his name,
Hulk
hopefully he's
Hogan.
not gonna have none of that behind him. He's gonna have his own name behind him. He's gonna have a great name behind him. I'm not giving a guy that comes out in flip flops a name behind Stone Cold. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
You don't think he's gonna have a better career? You don't think he's gonna have a better career than Shawn Michaels?
See, it's hard to say better career.
Listen, Triple H had a better career than Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, achievement-wise, not match-wise.
We can agree to that. We can agree to that. But you talking about Shawn? We're talking about Riddle. We're talking about Riddle.
No.
We're talking about
Achievement-wise, Triple H has had a better career than Shawn, but match-wise, Shawn had 10 better matches than Triple H ever had.
Okay,
I can match every match you name for Shawn. I can match one with Triple H.
All right, Shawn versus Bret.
The Rock
match. Shawn versus Bret.
The Rock versus Triple H Iron Man match. Judgment Day.
Shawn versus Taker Hell in a Cell.
Rock versus Hogan.
Triple H versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell. Matter of fact, Triple H versus Mankind Hell in a Cell.
All right, I'm with Shawn Michaels versus Angle. Both of them.
Shawn Michaels versus Angle. Oh, he's both of them. Okay. Triple H versus The Rock Backlash. Triple H versus Mick Foley, Royal Rumble.
Okay.
99.
Shawn versus Shelton Benjamin.
Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, Bad Blood.
Triple H versus Undertaker in Hell in a Cell.
Shawn versus John Cena.
Triple H versus John Cena.
Which one was better though?
Triple H versus Rock.
All right, y'all want to go there?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Hey man, we go.
Shawn versus Cena on Raw. That non-title match that Shawn won.
Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Okay.
After you got through out the window.
Not even that. You can even throw
Shawn versus Razor ladder match. Both of them.
Triple H versus Austin 3 Stages of Hell.
Word.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Shawn versus Stone Cold at WrestleMania with a bad back.
Triple H versus The Rock at SummerSlam for the IC title.
Shawn versus Sid Vicious, Royal Rumble.
Triple
97.
H versus Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels. Triple threat match.
That don't count. Shawn's in that match.
Huh?
Shawn's in that match. He made that match better.
What? They all made the match.
You might as well say
Here.
You might as well say
Here.
Shawn. You might as well say DX versus Cena in that triple threat main event.
Here, I got
That's
one.
Survivor Series. My fault.
I got one to end this all. Triple H is better because of the crap that he did to marry Stephanie, and that's
Oh
it.
God!
Look,
Hey, but look, let me end the note on this, y'all. For real, on the real deal, man. I think Naomi and Sasha did do the right thing, and I pray they keep their jobs though. Seriously, I really do hope they keep their jobs. Do the suspension, take the fine, whatever, but they should lose their job. And the next thing is, I'm gonna keep this last. But the next thing I want to say is, man, for real talk, y'all, all 18 of those kids that lost their lives today, that was a tragic. It was a horrible thing, and the teacher. And I'm gonna keep my comments to myself about our president and all that other good stuff behind him. But prayers out to them. And this one for you, bro. You don't love me for this one. I actually like the Brock Lesnar that they brought back with the Cowboy Dundee thing going on. And
I know you did. I know you did.
You wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like that.
I love that too.
I actually like that. So I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all, because I gotta get over early this morning. But for real though, y'all, next Tuesday I'm gonna be live the whole rip, man. I just had to come on here because I heard some BS on the. I was listening in the bed. I was like, nah, I gotta get over here and say something because my boy Side going off the cliff over there.
Oh man, come on, man. Come
So
on,
y'all have a blessed night, man. Y'all be safe.
Got facts. All right, Trav. Oh man.
Yo,
the one thing from Raw we haven't talked about yet.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yo, Hollywood, listen, before you go on Hollywood, my fault, so I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
all right, let's say they do come back. Do you see them giving them the same treatment they gave Triple H when he did the curtain call?
No.
Hold
on.
Sasha and Naomi.
Okay, I say for Naomi. Hold on. I say for Naomi, possibility that they'll give her the same treatment she had before. As for Sasha, no. As for Sasha, no.
Why? Because of her
Because
achievements?
no. I'm taking her achievements out of the situation. Okay, this is not the first time that she's walked out. Okay, this is just the first time publicly that it's come out this big. Okay, here's the thing with Sasha. Sasha has said it before. She don't need the WWE. The WWE needs her. And at the end of the day, them checks in Hollywood is better than the checks she's getting in WWE. It's the same. Look, I would say the same thing if, God forbid, Xavier Woods was to get released. Okay, look, that check that he gets from WWE at this point is chump change compared to what he gets for G4. Okay, this is the thing. Vince needs to stop and think that these people, they're not here for him. They're here for us. They're here for the fans. They could care less about the ratings and whatever else. They're there week in, week out, 360 some odd days a year for the fans. If Vince stops to think about it, the fans are the ones buying the tickets, which in turn puts money in his pocket so that he can then turn around and pay the superstars their paychecks.
Well, this is what I want to say real quick, Ant, before you say something. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I think that what Triple H went through was definitely something unique because of the fact that was kayfabe that was broken. That literally shifted what happened in that ring. The curtain call was part of the shifting of the business in that third wall being broken. And and the funny thing about it is, like, when I watched this documentary, I watched it like maybe I watched it a few times, and I remember just watching it. They said that Triple H said that he said he had to learn how to eat shit and like it, and he said plates of it, and that's what Vince told him. And it was for a whole year that he had to endure it, but Vince finally, decided to, like, all right, now is your time to get the push. I'm going to have you win King of the Ring, and we're going to get you back on track. But Triple H went through that, and like what Kayla was saying, it was different with Sasha. And what Jay and Kayla was saying is different with Sasha because Sasha walked out multiple times. This is like a third time. So my thing is Sasha better have a big plan B. Like she better have those Hollywood checks coming in because she ain't got those checks coming in. You know what I mean? Like right now with your situation with Vince, you better have a good plan because the only thing I can see happening for you is when you go back to WWE, Vince is going to bury you. With Naomi, it's negotiable. But Naomi started becoming hot, and Vince didn't kind of really view her as something that was profitable. Even though Naomi is very profitable and could be profitable, she wasn't viewed as profitable until she was having to negotiate her way into having better angles. You know what I mean? So
Naomi was manipulated by Sasha. So
true. But I mean, can we look? Can we all talk about the fact that did anybody else think Jerry Lawler was going to have another heart attack?
I was just like shocked that he even went down to the ring to have a match.
I was just like, I mean, we all knew what was going to happen, but that segment was like unnecessary. But
yeah, it was.
I guess it was a way to have the Mysterios come out on Veer. That's all that was.
Hey, at the end of the day, though, that made me happy. Ant knows this. I say it on my Twitter Spaces all the time. Anytime it's a Monday, it is officially double cheeks on a Monday night.
DJ Faye says she was not manipulated. Exactly, DJ. I don't think
she wasn't.
That's was the backstage rumor is that Sasha manipulated Naomi into walking out with her. You know what I'm saying?
And I know a lot
Jay,
of fans,
you
right?
just saying that because you want to see them cheeks on Monday Night Raw.
No. I'm being
you just want to see them cheeks. You miss them cheeks.
Just think about it. Let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like Travis said, Naomi was being misused for years. Let's call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So she could have walked out then, but she sat back, took the treatment, took it on the chin or whatever, and then eventually started getting a push. Now you're in a higher echelon where you know what I'm saying, you are in the spotlight. You are women's tag champs. And now all of a sudden, because of this, you walk out. So I believe Sasha did, because honestly, I do truly feel that if they weren't women's tag champs and Sasha didn't walk out, I really feel like Naomi would have went along with it as planned and did whatever she was asked to do. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of fans are in an uproar because Naomi's husband hasn't spoken out on the situation.
I don't think he should, though. I don't think he should.
I don't think he should either.
What if Naomi joins the bloodline?
Look, they've talked about that before. Here's the thing. There's a problem with that. Is they brought that up before and Vince said no. Vince and creative said no. For the reason being is that she's not technically considered a part of the bloodline. She's just married into it. So like it would be different for like Jimmy and Jay's brother. It would be different for like Tamina because she's a part of that whole family tree if you look it up. But with Naomi, she's just married into the family, so it's a little bit of a difference than being either a first cousin, a second cousin, a third cousin removed, twice removed, or 7 times removed. Right. It's a little bit different when it's a wife. Like you're not legitimately blood related. Well, you just more so married into it.
Yeah, but let me say this real quick, Kayla. 2 things. DJ Faye says black women stick together more than black men, bro. Let's be honest. let's be serious. I want to say this real quick. I think that black women. I don't know. I feel something. No. You're right. You are right. Because
DJ's right.
Because he's right. Because when a man cheats on his woman, it don't matter who it is or what. Like she don't even know the girl, and she just giving her high fives and trying to jump the dude, and don't even got to know the dude. That whatever. But anyway, let me get to my point. My point is this, right? Is that I just want to make this point real quick. Naomi joining the bloodline would be fine. I don't think it'd be an issue like with her joining the bloodline. I mean, she don't have to. Does she really have to be blood? Because Roman, like, he's not. He has blood. He has the blood of bloodline in him, but he's like his mom is like not even Samoan. Like, I think his father is
Samoan. Here's the
Paul Heyman
is really like they really have to have pure. They have to be the purest of Samoan.
Bloodline. Paul Heyman is Jewish and he's in the bloodline, so I mean.
Exactly, right. Yeah, there we go. True, I like that. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
True. Jay, you make a point. It's just I think it was talked about before, and it's just the fact that they didn't want to bring a woman into the fold right now. Like right now, they didn't want to bring because it's Sai, you're married. Like you don't want to mix business with pleasure. Type thing. So it would just be kind of like,
maybe not.
Well, to each they own, but sometimes mixing the two is not a good idea. I mean, yes, they did it. They did it with the whole mix match challenge. Okay, yes, that worked. But I think with the fact that Naomi is too much of a face, that with this being like a heel faction in a way, it wouldn't fit her. Like fans wouldn't. I'm not saying not all fans, but some fans just wouldn't get behind it because she's too likable. It would be like if Big E. It would be like hypothetically say if Big E or Kofi or Woods was to turn on each other. it wouldn't work because they're too likable by the fans.
But that's what works though.
That because Rhea Ripley was heavily liked, and she
Right.
joined Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's Rhea, and she's from Australia. So,
But let me say this real quick. Back to your point. There was something you guys said about Kayla, you mentioned about some of the fans being like mad about Jay not coming out and speaking on Naomi's behalf. This is what I have to say about that, right? Because I knew fans would get mad about that. I knew fans would get mad about that. This is what I have to say. Listen, somebody got to pay the bills, okay? Listen, you can go ahead and you can fight for your whole wrestling rights, but at the end of the day, them checks need to come in because I'm quite sure they got a big house somewhere in the United States somewhere. They got a big old mansion. You know what I'm saying? Because they both pulling WWE money and they both are like top superstars. You know what I'm saying? Jay, and so of course, I mean not Jay, Jimmy, but Jimmy, they need to pull in those checks. So somebody got to pull in those checks. And I'm quite sure Jimmy was just like, yo, like, I know Jimmy agree. I know Jimmy's on her side, but Jimmy at the same time is like, listen, I'm in a good space right now. We just unified the tag titles. It makes no sense for me to sit there and start protesting with you and her just because, I agree with y'all, but they're in a good place. They have nothing to complain about.
Inside, I get where you're coming from. And this is the thing, like with my husband, he will let me handle something on my own. And if I can't, then he'll step in. And I think that's more so what Jimmy was doing is like, if Naomi couldn't handle the situation, he probably would have said something to an extent. But I get what you're saying, and you're right.
But I mean, at the same time, too, we also have to look at it like this. Yeah, Jimmy probably wholeheartedly agrees with Naomi, but as Ant said, DWI Jimmy does not want to put himself in more hot water because he's supposed to be in trouble.
Right. No, that's facts.
Exactly.
That's facts.
So,
and you're right.
Like, you know what? They gave me a pass. I'm gonna stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because usually turn around and be like, I owe you one. You know what? Yeah, you're in the doghouse too.
Right. Real quick, two things. DJ FaZe says, I remember when Naomi was healed with Tamina, that didn't work. And also, he says, women save money better. She probably got a lot of money saved. She probably do, yo. Real quick, Andrew LaDuca, Mr. LaDuca.
Yep. The two things I have to say, one is Randy is injured. That's why he didn't get the push. His back was hurting 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. That's why Riddle's getting the push. And the third,
we all saw
thing
that
is
coming.
That I've went to Stranger Things experience in Brooklyn. It was awesome. And the new season is actually 3 hours long.
What do you mean? Like the season is 3 hours long? Like every episode is 3 hours long?
The season 7, season 8, and season 9 is 1 hour and 38 minutes. Season 9 is 2 hours and 25 minutes.
For the whole season?
Yeah. For the new season that's coming out this year.
So the season is going to be like a movie?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Huh? And they're actually making season 5 next year also.
You can't do this.
All right, so we're at 1 hour and 28 minutes. All right, so I do have a game that we can get to.
Yes.
So we'll choose teams.
Okay, last episode was 2 hours. All right.
I'll be I guess the officiant.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Yep.
Let me see who will be a good team.
Dang it.
Okay. Me and Kayla and Andrew and the big bat. The big bat. Booty. Daddy.
Nah. You know what? Sai, give me Ant. Give me Ant.
All right. So Ant.
I'll take Ant.
Okay. Kayla got the big bad booty daddy, and it's me and LaDuca.
Okay, so who wants the right side? Who wants the left side?
We take left.
Left. Okay,
wait, hold up. Episode 9 is 2 hours long. What did he? Yeah. Oh, okay. Episode 9 is 2 hours. Okay. All right.
Okay. So this game, well, this bracket is kind of interesting.
Okay.
This bracket here is best rivalry.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Okay. This is good.
Being that Kayla is on the left side.
This is going to end with me and Ant fighting.
And I guess I'll be the tiebreaker if it comes to it.
Okay. May 27, Volume 1, and July, Volume 2.
Yeah.
I heard they actually wait, hold on a second. Wait, hold on a second. Because y'all about to break my heart. I'm about to just throw this whole computer screen. Hold on a second. All right, real quick. So, because I heard that they renewed for the next season for Stranger Things. So I heard.
So this season of Stranger Things, season 4, before we start this game, is split into 2 parts. So part 1 comes out on the 27th, and then the other part of it will come out whenever July, sometime in July will be the second part. So treat this season as like a Harry Potter, as like one of the Harry Potter movies that was split in 2.
8 and 9.
Yeah.
Okay, but the first part of the season is going to be episodes, and then it's going to end off with like a 2-hour episode, right?
Kind of, sort of, yes.
Okay.
All right. Now let's get to the game.
All right. Yes. Jay, what happened to the game?
Oh man.
He took it away.
July 4th weekend. All right. Here we go. Come on, man. Yo, listen, Ant and Taylor. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. You know what to do. Do the right thing.
I gotta go.
Do the right thing. It's very simple.
Triple H and The Rock, and you have
the Shield.
And Seth and Roman. There's no question. You know what to do. Do the right thing.
I'm going with Seth and Roman.
What?
All right,
it's our turn. Hold up.
Yeah, it's not your
turn. The Rock and Triple H versus the Rock and Triple H's feud. Seth and Roman's feud. Not a hard thing. This is not hard. This is the easiest thing in the world. This is the easiest thing.
No, this is hard. This is hard, sorry.
Roman and Seth.
How is it hard? How is this hard? You had the greatest heel in WWE history, one of the biggest baby faces in WWE history. Then you had Roman Reigns, who was getting booed, who was trying to be a baby face, versus Seth Rollins, who was making as a heel.
Persuade their decision. This is their bracket. This is their side.
Jay, I don't like this game already, man. It's crazy, man.
Kayla, you do the honors, Kayla.
I'm gonna go with Seth and Roman.
Oh my God.
It's more entertaining.
Seth and Roman.
Rock and Hunter.
All right, so I have to be the tiebreaker.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to be the tiebreaker. Yeah.
Well, you know where I'm going. I mean,
I know. Yeah, I know you. I know you're going, Jay. Jay, you know what to do. Is that? Wait, Brett
and Sean, Daniel Bryan, and Triple H.
Brett and Sean. This is no brainer.
Brett and Sean.
That's no brainer.
All right, Roman and Brock and Punk and Cena.
Punk and Cena.
Punk and Cena. I'll go with that one. It was a good rivalry.
That was a good rivalry.
All right, Roman and Triple H. Rick and Ricky.
Is that Flair and Steamboat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I wasn't really alive. I was alive, but I'm gonna go with Hunter and Roman.
Yeah, I'm going Hunter and Roman. Okay. I don't remember Ricky and Rick.
All right, so you have Cena and The Rock and Austin and Vince.
That's a
Oh,
no-brainer.
come on.
That's a no-brainer right there.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm going Austin and Vince.
Ding, ding, ding.
Vince.
All right. Rock and Austin, Randy and Cena.
Randy and Cena, more personal.
Yeah,
Word?
definitely was.
Word.
That Kayla?
Wow.
Yep, I'm going Cena and Randy.
Okay.
Wow.
Taker and Sean and Jericho and Sean.
I know exactly who y'all going to choose.
Taker and Sean.
I'm going for Sean and Michael. Sean and Chris.
Kayla, who you said?
I said Taker and Sean.
Jericho and Sean.
Jericho and Sean. Jericho and Sean, yo.
Personal.
It was more personal. It was more, even though Taker and Sean had two classic matches, Jericho and HBK had a classic match too, but they had a dope rivalry though. It was like,
but if you go back, hold on. But if you go back to an end of an era, to a degree, you got to give it.
Sean was just a referee in that match.
The end of the era match is between Triple H and Undertaker, not Sean and
Well, it
Undertaker.
don't matter. It was still an end of an era in a way.
Here's my thing. All right, so since it's split, I'm gonna tell you why I'm going Taker and Sean. Now, like you said, Jericho and Sean did have a dope rivalry. It did get personal, but if you think back about it, Taker and Sean rivalry lasted 2 years. And reason being is because when Taker beat Sean the first time, Sean was doing everything in his power to try to manipulate Undertaker to get him another match. He cost him the title. He cost him the Royal Rumble.
That's true. That's true.
Facts.
That's true. That's true. You know what? Actually, when you mentioned that too, I thought about their rivalry prior to that. Like when they were rivaling, like had their rivalry back in the days, even like the Hell in the Cells. They have a longer history. So yeah. Taking Sean. Yeah, taking Sean.
Right, so Austin and Triple H and Goldberg and Brock.
Triple H and Austin. I don't know why.
I'm going Austin and Triple H.
That'd be my choice.
Yeah.
Goldberg and Brock.
Oh.
What are you smoking, sir? Sir, bro, I love you, but you need to come down from Space Mountain ASAP.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, I say
I'm going Triple H and Austin.
I'm going Triple H and Austin. Andrew
Brown. Okay. Rock and Triple H. Brett and Sean.
Brett and Sean.
Who you got, Kayla?
Brett and Sean.
Okay. So you got Punk and Cena, Roman and Triple H.
Punk and Cena.
Punk and Cena.
Laduca, it's not your turn.
Vince and Austin, Randy and Cena.
Look, I'm still giving it to Vince and Austin, okay? Because their rivalry was literally throughout the whole career and still 19 years in the making.
Who you got, Ant?
Vince can't wrestle. It was a good rivalry, but come
Cena
on.
And Orton, man. Cena and Orton.
Oh, it's split? It's split.
I just got to give it to Vince for the...
In Austin, simply because even though Vince couldn't wrestle, but that rivalry lasted through the whole Attitude Era, honestly.
And 19 years later.
All right, so you got Sean and Taker and Triple H and Austin.
Taker.
I still gotta go with Taker and Sean.
Yeah, Taker and Sean.
All right, Brett and Sean, Cena and Punk.
Brett and Sean.
Montreal Screwjob.
Okay. Vince and Austin, Taker and Sean.
Taker and Sean.
Sean on that one.
You going with Sean?
Yeah.
Okay. Brett and Sean, Taker and Sean.
Brett and Sean.
Yeah, Brett and Sean. Montreal Screwjob for the win.
All right, Andrew and Cy. So you have Randy and Triple H and Cy's favorite, Hogan and Macho.
Randy and Triple H.
Hey, Side, just remember, the real American can't help you with this one.
Remember, Triple H and Roman Reigns, Randy Orton had the better match each other when he kicked Stephanie in the head.
I'm gonna tell you what makes it hard is because Triple H and Randy have that history of being in Evolution, and that magical moment where Triple H kicked out Randy and Randy was going solo. That was such a great moment. But then you got Hogan and Macho Man, who always been like the two best at one point. Then they became the Mega Powers, and then the Mega Powers explode. Like that was like a big thing. Like for a long time, the Mega Powers exploding. Y'all remember the Mega Powers exploding? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm. No.
You know what? You're gonna remember it. Hogan and Macho.
I was too young to remember that.
Honestly, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna break the tie, and I'm gonna say Hogan and Macho simply because, like you said, like Sai said, the Mega Powers, and then when you throw Elizabeth in the mix with Macho and Dallas, of Hogan and Elizabeth. So yes, I think that was a bigger rivalry than
and the only reason why is because anyway, let's leave it at that. Who was it? Cena and Edge versus Hogan and Giant. Stop it. Who you got, Andrew?
Cena and Edge.
I'm gonna go Cena and Edge simply because Hogan. Because all right, so when Hogan and Andre had their rivalry, you know, that's when WWE had mad pay-per-views, like they only had 4 pay-per-views, and they didn't showcase that rivalry as much as where Cena and Edge, they fought every month. So they had maybe a 6 to 8 month rivalry where they fought, you know, and they exchanged titles. That's why Cena is 13-time champ.
Right.
I'll go with that one.
The many times he beat Edge. Wait, hold on. Hold up. You didn't even ask Ant and Kayla.
No, I'm the tiebreaker for it.
No, he's the tiebreaker.
Okay.
All right, so we got Triple H and Batista and Undertaker and Kane.
I know what I would do if I was in this situation.
I would say I'm gonna say Triple H and Batista, and this one was kind of challenging, but their history. I feel like Kane and Undertaker. It was like they never really fought for a belt. Like they never really fought for a title. Like never fought for the title. I think they never fought. But Batista took the belt off of Triple H, and then they actually ended their rivalry. They actually had an end to their rivalry at a WrestleMania. So I'm going with Triple H and Batista.
Andrew?
I'm going for Triple H and Batista.
Okay. All right, so you got Hogan and Macho and Cena and Edge.
Hogan and Macho.
Hogan and Macho.
The Mega Powers explode.
Oh, so you got Triple H and Shawn, and then you have Triple H and Batista.
Where the heck did that come from? That just came out of nowhere. What?
I think Triple H and Shawn they had a bye to the next round, I guess.
Triple H and Shawn for sure. No question. No question. Ant gonna be right back.
Andrew?
Triple H and Shawn.
Okay. All right, so Triple H and Shawn, Hogan and Macho.
God damn it.
I don't pity either of you two for this one.
Oh, jeez.
Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna go with Triple H and Shawn. The history is too rich.
Okay.
And it was amazing feud. But only because their feud lasted longer. So only because of that. But It's just the history with Shawn and Triple H is just too dope. It's too dope. It's too dope. They were together. Then Shawn dropped the ball. He left. Then Triple H picked up the eggs, carried it, became the game. Then Shawn came back from out of retirement. Then they had this amazing feud for the world title. Nah, man. And then they dropped the feud. Then they picked the feud back up again. Then they started. Then it was in DX again. Nah, I'm going with Shawn.
I mean, they were also best men at each other's weddings.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shawn and Triple H. Who you got, Andrew?
Shawn and Triple H.
Okay. Now we are at the finals.
The final.
Triple H and Shawn, or Shawn and Bret.
I'm still going Montreal Screwjob.
Listen, I'm gonna go with Shawn and Triple H, and simply because Shawn didn't want to do the Montreal Screwjob. It was actually Triple H who coerced him. He actually said,
"Doesn't matter." He
said, "Take that belt off of him." He said, "Yo, he don't want to give him the belt." He said, "We'll take it off of him." And that's what Triple H said. And then Shawn didn't agree to it. He just stayed quiet on the phone. And Vince was like, "Is this what we're going with?" And then Shawn was like, "What else are we gonna do?" And he left it alone. And they went with it. And if it wasn't for the game, then we probably would have never had a Montreal Screwjob. I'm going with the game.
I love my Montreal Screwjob.
I'm going with Triple H and Shawn.
Okay. Andrew?
Triple H and Shawn.
All right.
Ant left. I think Ant left because his phone was. Jay, it's up to you.
All right. So wait. So what were your choices?
I went with Montreal Screwjob.
Okay.
And me and Andrew went with Triple H and Shawn.
Oh, so you don't need that. This. I mean, I would went Montreal. I would have went Bret and Shawn myself, but
exactly.
I still feel like it should have been The Rock and Triple H, bro.
Best rivalry is Triple H and Shawn.
I'm so pissed that Triple H and The Rock wasn't one of my.
Oh, be mad.
Yep, I'm happy.
I am salty. I'm salty. I don't care. Listen, thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. Join us as we go live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. and every Sunday at 12. We didn't go live this Sunday because there's some things that pretty much in the works of working on for the YouTube channel. Some more content. So stay tuned. You guys are gonna like it. It's gonna get a little
crazy.
Oh yeah. So thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. If you guys catching us live, drop a comment in the comment section below. If you guys are catching a replay, drop a comment in the comment section below. If you guys are catching us live on Facebook, drop a comment in the comment section below. Also, join the Wrestling Talks and Thoughts Facebook page and subscribe to the channel. Once again, I am signing off. I am your host, Saheem the Dream.
Good night. Peace.
Your man, Jay McMizzle.
And your girl, Hollywood KK.
And hopefully this StreamYard doesn't act crazy. And we will see you guys later. Peace. Woo!